Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Taking on a rescue dog or pet is very rewarding, but it does come with its extra little bits and pieces. You are going to have to interact more and be patient, and some problems you won't be able to fix. You will just have to accept them. Like for Beryl had problems where she was extremely focused on shadows and wires sometimes, and she would just sit in a corner looking at a wire and looking at the thing at the wall. It was really weird, but it was to do with something that happened in the past. Bertie, his loud noises really take him apart, and his situational awareness with other dogs didn't grow. He's wonderful around other dogs, but his situational awareness didn't grow. And he had lots of little issues when we started with him. And Zach has a lot of emotional trauma. Just like a human, they can have emotional trauma, and sometimes and especially a dog that is such an emotional connected dog. Staffies are very connected, very emotional. They love giving, and they wear their emotions on their sleeve all the time. A Staffy does, and so like I'm feeding him. He's having enough food now, but he's had things happening in the past where he won't eat out of the bowl. He won't eat food on the floor as a normal dog would. And this isn't because he's been mollycoddled or anything. This is actually just because things have happened to him. And so you have to coax him with food as if you're trying to convince him that he's allowed to have food. He's allowed. There's a chance that in his past, not by his primary owner, but by someone else, that he was teased or punished or something, or stopped from eating. It's that kind of feeling you get when you bring food to him. He is very, very hesitant. He will turn away from the food, even really nice food. We're talking chicken, we're talking sausages, we're talking all the kind of food that have a nice smell, a smell that usually makes dogs, like, let's put it this way, I've just put some sausages on to cook, and Bertie's drooling. So it's more, Zach has, that's just asking me to add the food to eat, which I already have. So when I feed him, I take some of his normal dog food, the normal dry food. I have some bits of cooked chicken breasts and some sausages broken up. And I will, while Bertie is feeding in here and having his bowl of food, and the food is disappearing as fast as he can, I will shut the door in the living room, and I will be in the living room with Zach and sit down on the sofa with him and offer him. First of all, you have to offer him a little bit of food, just a little bit of chicken, something, and he'll turn his head away from it, as if he's scared of the food. But if you have a bit of patience with him, after a little bit, and you talk to him nicely and you give him positive encouragement, he will actually eat that first bit. And that's the chain reaction. Once he's eaten the first bit, then you put a little bit more food on your hand and he will eat that. And then you mix in some bits of normal kibble type food in there with it, and a couple of bits of sausages, and he'll slowly eat that until he's had enough for a small meal. And that's okay. I'm okay with doing that. It's he's a dog that I think is very much he'd definitely be on the autistic spectrum. Zach is. A lot of dogs get mental trauma and damage by people who shouldn't be around dogs. And this is why dogs sometimes become unstable. Now he is a soft and amazing dog. It's like last night. Last night he had been sleeping on the bottom of the bed, at the bottom of the bed, on the bed, but as far as he could get away from us. And last night he actually crawled up next to me and lay his head on the pillow and slept like that. He's still very subdued and thingy, but he's a lot better than he was. And I think he's going to be fine. He'll always have weirdness. He's always going to have a strange side to him. But I think we have very good chance of giving him a very good life here. Bertie seems to love him. Bertie seems to bloody love him. And I love him too. He's amazing. Such an affectionate dog. This is one of the crimes about staffies. You see, staffies, some people get staffies because they think they look strong and they look like pit bulls and they look like you could use them. They've got that kind of muscle and that you could use in dog fighting and all that crap. And the problem is, staffies want to please so much that you can break them in a way where they will become bad. And it's horrible to see. Because they're doing it because they think that's what pleases whoever fucking did it to them. But staffies in their natural environment are some of the most affectionate dogs you will ever see. They pick up on your emotions, they are very emotional in their own self. And all you can do is just try to provide love for them. I think we need to stop, or at least really limit. I think it's a problem all around the world, breeders. Breeders are in it for the money. Make no mistake, breeders are in it for the money. Dog breeders and cat breeders are in it for the money. To make a profit. There is enough cats and dogs and pets in shelters and charities for everybody who wants a dog or cat in the world to have one and to give these dogs and cats a second chance, a new home. And that's why I will always, for as long as I'm alive, try to give home to dogs. Because it's not a negative against my it's part of my coping strategy. It's part of my not being lonely in my house. My dogs sense my mood very easily. They know when I'm not feeling well. Often you know how I say that sometimes bad things can happen and I will just sit down somewhere and go almost catatonic for like 3-4 hours and just sit staring off into the distance as something occupies my brain and I forget to do anything else. Oftentimes my dogs will come and sit with me and just lean against me and just stay with me. It's what they do. So this is Jason for the Queber channel. I hope you're all having a good day.